The moment you do this one thing, every toxic person in your life will suddenly act like you disappeared. No goodbye, no explanation, no closure. And that's exactly the point. Toxic people don't leave because they healed. They leave because you changed in a way they can't survive. And here's the part most people miss. You didn't invite them in. You didn't approve them. They slipped into your life quietly, like Wi-Fi thieves stealing your bandwidth, draining your energy, then acting offended the moment you change the password. Today, we're fixing that because there is one internal shift, just one, that makes toxic people back away from you like you suddenly develop something contagious. No fights, no speeches, no revenge. Just disappearance. Let's break it down. 1. Stop explaining yourself. This is where their power begins and ends. Toxic people love explanations. They want you to justify your boundaries like you owe them a courtroom defense. They want context, emotion, backstory. Why? Because every explanation you give them becomes a loophole, a place to argue, to guilt you, to twist your words. Here's the brutal truth. The moment you stop explaining yourself, their control collapses. Instead of saying, "Sorry, I can't make it because I'm overwhelmed and I've had a long week and I feel bad," you say, "I won't be available." That's it. Watch what happens. They freeze, they push back, they get uncomfortable. Because now there's no emotional handle to grab onto, no entry point, no leverage. Silence terrifies manipulators more than anger ever could. 2. Lower the access, not the kindness. This is where most people get confused. You don't need to hate someone to remove their access to you. Some people simply don't deserve VIP passes to your emotional life. You can be kind without being available, polite without being reachable, friendly without letting someone live rent-free inside your head. Think of it like this. Not everyone gets backstage. Some people stay behind the rope, at a distance, with no microphone. Lower access, raise peace. And notice how the toxic ones start fading on their own. 3. Give them nothing to feed on. Toxic people survive on 3 things: your reactions, your guilt, and your overthinking. Take those away and they starve. They provoke, you don't react. They guilt trip, you don't apologize. They leave you spiraling, you stop letting them define your worth. Imagine a mosquito trying to bite metal. That's what it feels like when a toxic person meets someone emotionally unavailable. They bounce, they get frustrated, and eventually they move on to easier prey. 4. Match their chaos with silence. This one feels counterintuitive. You think confrontation will end it. It won't. You think explaining will clear things up. It won't. You know what hurts toxic people more than being called out? Being ignored. Silence cuts off their emotional oxygen. They want drama, reactions, scenes. Silence gives them none of it. No anger, no confusion, no defense. Just calm, quiet, unbothered presence. And without drama, you become useless to them. They don't attack what doesn't respond. 5. Give consequences, not warnings. This is where most people lose. You keep saying, "If this continues, I'm done." But you never are. Toxic people believe you're bluffing because history taught them you are. So stop warning, stop threatening, start acting. Don't say you'll leave, leave. Don't say you'll block them, block them. Don't announce boundaries, enforce them. Actions end toxic cycles faster than any speech ever will. 6. Rebuild your self-respect. This is the real reason toxic people stay. Not because they're strong, because you doubt yourself. You worry you're being cruel. You worry you're overreacting. You worry you're the villain. The moment self-respect returns, toxic people feel it immediately. They sense the shift. Suddenly, you say no without guilt. You walk away without fear. You stop begging for bare minimum. You stop laughing at disrespect disguised as jokes. Self-respect is the ultimate repellent. No toxic person survives it. 7. Stop rescuing people who wouldn't even throw you a rope if you were drowning. This one hurts, but it's necessary. You keep saving people who wouldn't even throw you a rope if you were drowning. Toxic people rely on your empathy, your softness, your tendency to understand everyone except yourself. But helping people who repeatedly hurt you is emotional self-harm. If they truly needed help, they'd find it. If they need chaos, they'll find you until you stop showing up. You are not their emotional janitor. You are not responsible for fixing their mess. Walk away once and watch how fast they vanish like they were never there at all. 8. Redirect your energy to people who value you. Toxic people feel loud because you keep giving them attention. Shift that energy. Give your time, care, and presence to people who actually respect you. Something interesting happens. The more you water the healthy connections, the less visible the toxic ones become. Like a flickering light bulb in a dark room. It feels important until you turn on all the other lights. Then it doesn't matter anymore. Here's what happens when you do this. Drama fades. Your nervous system calms. Your confidence grows. Your peace gets louder than other people's chaos. And when toxic people finally disappear, you realize something powerful. They were never as strong as you thought. They only had power because you kept giving them access. Once the door closes, they fade, quietly, permanently, without a scene. You don't need to fight toxic people. You don't need to explain. You don't need closure. You don't need revenge. All you need is one shift. Protect your peace once. Withdraw your emotional access once and watch how fast toxic people disappear like they were never there at all. You are not hard to love. You are just surrounded by people who don't know how to love properly. Replace them with peace. Replace them with clarity. Replace them with yourself. Choosing yourself first, that's how you level up. That's how you change your life. And that's how you make toxic people vanish without lifting a finger.